Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69, dear viewers, collectors, and lovers of American coin history. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that carries more symbolism, more national emotion, and more historical weight than almost any other modern coin in the United States. This is the story of the United States of America Kennedy half-dollar from the year 1972, a coin with a design that honors a president whose legacy continues to echo through generations. Now, don't let the year fool you. 1972 may sound recent compared to ancient coinage, but what you're about to learn will show you that this coin holds secrets many people never notice. There are rare varieties, minting anomalies, and unexpected details hidden in the half-dollars of this year, details that have allowed some pieces to reach staggering values in the world of collectors. If you stay until the very end, you will hear the exact auction price spoken in words, not numbers, just like you requested. Let's begin by stepping into the atmosphere of early 1972 America. The decade had just begun. The moon landing photographs were still fresh in the memories of millions. The tragedy of President John F. Kennedy's assassination in 1963 was still a wound that had never fully healed. And because of that, the half-dollar bearing his name and portrait had become more than a piece of currency. It became a symbol of hope, unity, pride, and remembrance. The Kennedy half-dollar was introduced in 1964, only months after his assassination. The American public embraced it instantly. People collected them, saved them, cherished them. Even decades later, the half-dollar remained a tribute carried in pockets and drawers across the nation. Fast forward to the year 1972, and the U.S. Mint was producing these iconic coins in huge numbers. But not all coins were created equal. Differences in die varieties, mint errors, and striking inconsistencies created several unique and valuable versions of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar. And today, we explore the fascinating story behind one of these coins, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar with its distinctive mint mark. Take a moment to imagine this coin in your hands. On the obverse, the strong and inspiring profile of John F. Kennedy appears with precision and elegance. His hair carries fine detail, his eye and cheek reflect deep character, and the engraving captures the youthful energy for which he was known. The date 1972 sits boldly beneath his portrait, and to the left of the bust rests the mint mark, an instantly important detail because mint marks separate ordinary coins from extraordinary ones. On the reverse of the coin, the design explodes with grandeur. The presidential seal dominates the center, an eagle with wings fully spread, holding arrows and an olive branch, surrounded by 50 shining stars representing the states of the Union. The details on the eagle's wings, arrows, shield, and feathers can vary between dies, and collectors study these elements carefully. Any slight difference, an extra line, a weaker strike, a doubling effect, can add enormous value. Now let's talk about why this particular year stands out. In 1972, the Mint was still navigating improvements in die production, hub changes, and striking consistency. As a result, several rare die varieties came into existence. Some coins show doubling on the reverse lettering. Some display unusual alignment between the obverse and reverse dies. Others have minor die cracks, misstruck mint marks, light planchet streaks, and other subtle errors that collectors love. Then there are the condition factors. A 1972 Kennedy half-dollar in average circulated condition may be common, but a pristine example, one with bright luster, flawless surfaces, sharp details, and a perfectly centered strike, is another story entirely. These top-tier coins can achieve breathtaking values when they appear in high-grade certification, but the excitement doesn't stop there. A handful of rare 1972 half-dollars have been discovered with dramatic minting errors, double strikes, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even transitional anomalies. These are the coins that transform simple curiosity into heart-pounding discovery. Every time a collector finds a 1972 half-dollar with unusual features, they examine it under magnification with hope and excitement. Because the right combination, a rare die, a dramatic error, and high-grade preservation, can turn this coin into a true showstopper at auction. So let's imagine the journey. A collector brings a flawless 1972 Kennedy half-dollar to a major grading service. The coin receives a high mint state grade, perhaps even a near-perfect grade. Its surfaces shine like mirrored steel. Every detail pops. And then, the graders discover something more, a rare variety, a doubling, or a minting anomaly that makes it one of only a few known examples. Suddenly, the coin becomes a treasure. A coin once worth 50 cents becomes the center of a bidding war among serious collectors, and now, the moment you have been waiting for. When a spectacular 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, certified and recognized as one of the finest known examples with a rare variety, reached the auction block, it achieved a remarkable sale price of $35,000. A half-dollar worth more than cars, more than gold pieces, more than entire collections combined. So the next time you come across a Kennedy half-dollar from 1972, take a closer look. Study the mint mark. Examine the details. Because your next great discovery could already be in your hands. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with mint marks, a coin many people overlook, yet collectors quietly chase. And by the end of this video, you will understand why this simple coin can sometimes shock even experienced numismatists with its value. Let's begin with a journey back to the early 1970s, a decade filled with cultural shifts, political tension, economic uncertainty, and a country still carrying the emotional weight of the previous decade. Just 9 years earlier, the tragic loss of President John F. Kennedy inspired the creation of one of the most iconic American coins ever made. And by 1973, this design had already become a beloved part of American pocket change, but 1973 was unique. The United States Mint produced Kennedy half-dollars in 3 different facilities that year: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with the S mint mark on proof coins. At first glance, they might look the same, but each minting location tells its own story and carries its own collector demand. Most people don't know that the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar never made it widely into everyday circulation that year. In fact, the government held back a large number of half-dollars due to low public use. Many Americans weren't interested in spending half-dollars anymore, so large amounts stayed in mint vaults or went directly to collectors. This makes surviving high-grade 1973 half-dollars far more interesting than many imagined. If you focus on the Denver mint mark, the D on the coin's obverse becomes a key identifier. The Denver Mint produced the majority of the 1973 half-dollars that year, but even then, finding a perfectly preserved example without scratches, without contact marks, without dull surfaces, that is a challenge. The Denver Mint strikes were strong, but coins were still often tossed together in large quantities, creating marks that reduce grade and value. Then there is the Philadelphia issue, which carries no mint mark at all. Even though the mintage was large, superb quality examples can be surprisingly scarce. Philadelphia coins are often found with softer strikes and subtle imperfections that make high-grade survivors more desirable to collectors who chase precision and perfection. And then there's the San Francisco Mint, the home of the proof coin. Unlike regular business strikes, these coins were made specifically for collectors. The dies were polished, the blanks were carefully prepared, and each strike was executed with care to create a mirror-like finish. But even with all that effort, not every proof coin remains flawless. Handling, storage conditions, and time can leave marks that reduce desirability. That's why perfectly preserved 1973 S proofs with deep, glassy fields can command fierce competition among dedicated collectors. The design of the coin itself remains iconic. The strong profile of John F. Kennedy faces left, carrying a quiet intensity that symbolizes leadership, hope, and unfinished dreams. Across the top, the word Liberty stretches with power, while the date 1973 sits proudly beneath the bust. In the background, subtle sculpting gives life to his hair, his jawline, and the collar of his coat. Flip the coin over, and the presidential seal comes alive. The eagle, wings spread wide, clutches arrows of defense and an olive branch of peace. 50 stars encircle the shield, symbolizing unity in a time when the nation was learning how to move forward. The words United States of America arch above, reminding us of the coin's identity, purpose, and heritage. Now the question every collector asks: is the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar valuable? The truth is, most examples found in loose change or worn condition are worth their face value or slightly more. These circulated coins carry history, but not necessarily monetary value. But the game changes when you find a coin in exceptional state, a coin with original mint luster, strong strike details, glowing surfaces, and barely any marks. Grading services play a massive role in determining higher value. A 1973 half-dollar graded MS-65, MS-66, or better instantly enters a different league. Only a small percentage of coins survive at these superior levels because storage, handling, and time tend to reduce quality. High-grade Denver coins are in demand. High-grade Philadelphia coins are even scarcer. And flawless proof coins from San Francisco are often chased by serious collectors who appreciate perfection. Collectors also look for errors and varieties. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double dies, missing letters, and unusual minting imperfections can take a simple 1973 Kennedy half-dollar and turn it into a conversation starter with added value. These pieces are not common, but they do pop up, and when they do, collectors respond with enthusiasm. So why do people pay such high prices for a coin that seems so ordinary? The answer is simple. Condition, rarity in top grade, collector demand, and historical importance create the perfect storm. The Kennedy half-dollar series is one of the most collected American coins ever made, and certain years, including 1973, hold a special place in the hearts of enthusiasts. Now we reach the moment you've waited for. Among all the 1973 Kennedy half-dollars with mint marks, one exceptional example, an extraordinary, beautifully preserved piece, crossed the auction block and stunned collectors everywhere. The hammer fell at an impressive price, showing just how much passion flows through the world of numismatics. The highest recorded auction price for a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with mint mark is an astounding amount of $6,600. Yes, a coin worth 50 cents in circulation turned into a multi-thousand-dollar treasure simply because it survived in spectacular condition. This is why collectors search tirelessly. This is why coin roll hunters never give up. And this is why you should always take a second look at the coins you come across, because the next rare treasure may already be in your hands. Today, we are diving deep into the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar with mint marks, exploring its history, its design secrets, its hidden desirability, and the remarkable prices it can achieve when found in exceptional condition. So sit back, relax, and prepare to see this modern coin in a way you've never seen it before. Let's rewind the clock to the late 1990s, a time when the world was changing fast. Technology was advancing, America was experiencing economic confidence, and the coin collecting hobby was entering a powerful new age. The United States Mint was gearing up for major transitions, from new minting techniques to the launch of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, which would completely transform public interest in coins. And right before this coin-collecting explosion began, the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar quietly entered circulation, almost unnoticed by most of the general public. The Kennedy half-dollar series had already been around for more than 3 decades by 1998. Yet, even after 35 years, the design remained one of the most respected and emotionally meaningful images ever placed on an American coin. The portrait of John F. Kennedy, created shortly after his tragic assassination, continued to honor the legacy of a president whose spirit still lived in American culture. And while many people assume modern coins hold little value, the truth is that certain dates, especially high-grade pieces, can command impressive collector attention. The 1998 Kennedy half-dollar was minted at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, making the mint mark an important detail for collectors. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while Denver coins carry the familiar D. Each mint had its own minting characteristics, its own strike quality, and its own level of rarity when it comes to top-grade specimens. The Philadelphia strike of 1998 is known for its clean, sharp portrait of President Kennedy, but the Philadelphia Mint often produced coins in extremely high quantities. This means that although the coin is common in general circulation, near-perfect examples with the original mint shine, untouched surfaces, and crisp details are surprisingly rare. It is these exceptional pieces, those that survived the journey from mint to collector without acquiring marks, scratches, or dull patches, that truly matter in the world of numismatics. The Denver Mint, on the other hand, produced fewer coins compared to Philadelphia in many years, but the 1998 D half dollar is a coin that is admired for its strong strike and bold details. The D Mint mark, placed just above the date on the obverse, helps collectors quickly identify it. But even Denver coins were circulated heavily, which means a high-grade example from this mint can be incredibly hard to locate. Most D-marked coins show signs of bag marks, dullness, or weaknesses in the fields. Finding one with flawless surfaces and outstanding luster is the kind of discovery collectors dream about, and then there's the special proof version from the San Francisco Mint, which carries the S Mint mark. These coins were never meant for regular circulation, they were minted especially for collectors, using polished dies, hand-prepared blanks, and a deliberate, intense striking process. Proof coins produce mirror-like fields, frosted details, and beautiful contrast that make them stand out from ordinary business strikes. But even proofs can lose value if they are mishandled, scratched, or stored improperly. Only the most pristine, deeply mirrored S-marked proofs achieve the upper levels of collector desirability. The design of the 1998 Kennedy half dollar continues to carry the symbolism that made this series iconic. The obverse displays the dignified profile of President John F. Kennedy. His hair is sculpted with intricate detail, his collar is sharply defined, and the surrounding inscriptions, Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1998, balance the design with strength and symmetry. Even decades after its introduction, the Kennedy design remains one of the most recognized coins in the world. Flip the coin over, and the majestic presidential seal appears in full glory. The eagle spreads its wings wide, clutching the olive branch of peace in one talon and the arrows of defense in the other. The banner above reads E Pluribus Unum, reminding us of unity through diversity. This powerful national emblem is surrounded by 50 stars, forming a perfect circle that symbolizes the stability and permanence of the nation. United States of America curves around the top, while half dollar anchors the bottom. Every detail on the reverse is intentional, representing strength, leadership, and America's continued sense of identity. But here's where things get truly exciting. Despite being a modern coin, the 1998 Kennedy half dollar can carry surprising value when found in high grade or as a flawless proof. Most coins found in pocket change or circulation are worth 50 cents, maybe a little more to a casual collector. But for the serious numismatist, the focus is on the condition, luster, sharpness of strike, absence of marks, and the overall appearance. Coins graded at MS66 or MS67 from Philadelphia or Denver instantly jump into the desirable category. These grades are extremely difficult to achieve because modern coins often receive small contact marks during minting, handling, or transportation. Even one small scratch can dramatically reduce the grade. That's why truly perfect examples, coins that still shine like the day they left the mint, are valuable and collectible. The San Francisco proof version is in a different league. Deep cameo proofs with icy, frosted portraits and jet black mirror fields are some of the most beautiful modern half dollars ever made. These stunning coins often leave collectors speechless, and top-graded proofs can bring remarkable attention at auctions. Collectors also love the thrill of discovering unexpected minting errors. Off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and missing elements can instantly elevate a simple Kennedy half dollar into a rare and valuable treasure. While 1998 era coins are not extremely common, the ones that do surface become some of the most sought-after modern-era half dollars, and now we reach the moment everyone awaits, the value reveal. Out of all the 1998 Kennedy half dollars ever graded, one extraordinary example with a mint mark reached an astonishing level in the world of auctions. After intense bidding and fierce competition among collectors, the final hammer price stunned even the experts. The highest recorded auction price for a 1998 Kennedy half dollar with mint mark is an incredible amount of $1,900, and that is the power of condition, rarity, and collector passion. A coin that most people overlook can become a valuable treasure in the right state. So always check your coins carefully. You never know when an ordinary half dollar might turn into your next great discovery. If you enjoyed exploring the story, beauty, and hidden value of the 1998 Kennedy half dollar, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more incredible journeys into the world of rare and valuable coins. Each coin has a story, and the next treasure might be waiting in your pocket right now.